Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Africa Today. Today, I'll have my pleasure to host a friend, a Pan-Africanist, my friend Pete. How you doing?
Oh, good, Ben. Thank you very much.
Welcome to be here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Pete, it's very important to have you here today because you're taking action into some very important things that you are doing here and in Nigeria. But before we come to that, can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Yes. Thank you very much again one more time, Ben, for inviting me. My name is Toikumo Pete Sophia. I am from the Ondo local government area in Ondo State, Nigeria. Ondo State is southwest Nigeria, and we are Ijo people. I come from a local area called Arugbo, Ijo local government area. Ondo State consists mostly of Yoruba people, about 98%, and Ijo people is about 2% of Ondo State. So that's why I'm running to be a senator in on the national level from that state, because ever since the history of Nigeria, we've never had a senator or any representation of Arugbo and Eseodo local government area in the National Assembly. That's why I'm running right now.
Okay, so you live in the United States of America. I know back in March we met.
Correct.
Protesting against the treatment against black people in Libya.
Correct.
So you are Pan-Africanist, right?
That's right. So absolutely.
There is some injustice that you felt deeply into you. So you just decide to wanna fix that. So how you can do that being here in the United States of America?
I just came back from Nigeria less than a week ago. Since I've been, even though I've spent more than half my life in the USA, I always go back to Africa every chance I get. Within every 2-3 years, I'm in Africa, mostly Nigeria. I plan to go back again, hopefully by December of this year. So I'm not doing it in isolation. The reason I went, I was in Nigeria last week. I spent about 2.5 weeks there. The reason I went because the Nigerian Electoral Commission, INEC, announced that we have anybody who wants to participate in the process has had about towards the end of August 31st to register. So I had to be there.
And what the process?
That's to get something we call a PVC card. That's the primary document you need in order to participate in the electoral process. And because I want to run for office, I couldn't run for office without at least having the PVC card. So that's why I went to Nigeria on an emergency basis last week. I was there and I registered to get my PVC card. So officially, I can run for the office right now, because without the PVC card, I never could have run for the office.
And how your involvement in the community here in the United States, in the community, like African community, Nigerian community, can be related to the job that you're looking for? Like
yes, definitely. Since I've been in the USA, everybody in the African community, especially the Nigerian community, knows that I'm very, very passionate about Nigeria, and I champion most Nigerian causes. Like you said, you and I met last year during the anti-slavery rally against the Libyan government, right in Washington, D.C. And I just moved to Washington, D.C. within the last 5 years. Prior to moving to D.C., I've always been involved in Chicago about Nigerian African community events. Since I moved to Washington, D.C., I joined an organization called IEA, Izon AB Association. This association is made mostly of Ijo indigenes from all over southern Nigeria. And our goal is to help community schools back at home to help them in supplying, in meeting their needs for schooling, because a lot of schools in Nigeria are in a deplorable state right now. They have no supplies. Some of them, roofs are falling off the building. Students still go to school even though they are facing the exposed to the elements like that. I mean, the school system has been deteriorating since I left high school in the 1980s, and we don't see anything, any hope of it getting better, except if we intervene and do something about it. So we, Association of Ijaw people here in the USA, in Washington DC area, gather resources every now and then to send to the schools back home. Maybe we can, that's our little way of showing contribution for what we're doing to help the situation.
And how did we come to this situation? And I know Nigeria is one of the most wealthy country in Africa, right?
That's right.
Being a country that produced like that very high in terms of oil industry.
Yes.
Making a lot of money out of it. So how we come to this situation and why we there? What's the main cause?
Nigeria is very rich in Africa, but we have little or nothing to show for all that wealth. In addition to oil, crude oil production, Nigeria is blessed with other natural resources. Iron ore is in Nigeria. We have cocoa, we have rubber, we have other mineral resources. But our chief export in Nigeria is crude oil, which mostly comes from the Niger Delta area, of which I am part of that community.
Right.
But if you go to the Niger Delta area, it's deplorable condition. Most of the people there are fisher people. They fish for subsistency. But in the process of oil exploration, the water is damaged, it's destroyed. Fishes are dying. And some of the people there drink that water. You know, that's the source of water for consumption. And in the process of oil exploration, the oil destroys the water, so people don't have good water to drink, and that exposes them to all kinds of health issues. Also, we found that this condition cannot continue to go on without we intervening, trying to make sure we remedy the situation. Like I said earlier, ever since I was growing up, there's never been a representation from Ijaw land, for anybody from Ijaw land to represent the people at the national level. And that is why I'm taking on this cause to represent my people in the national level.
Okay, wonderful. So you just like asking people from Ondo to just vote for you as a senator. So I mean, you can definitely do it. And then what we want to know later on in this show, just how you want to do that, and which help do you need. And just after the commercial, we're going to come back just right after this.
Okay, very good. Good. Thank you.
Freestyle.
Yeah. 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 I fit. Yeah. I fit. Yeah. Hey.
Sway me. Everybody, Guanta!
Guanta!
Mama!
Guanta!
Mama!
Guanta!
Mama!
Mama! Alors les guetta.
Freestyle.
Yeah. 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 Mama. Mama. Mama.
Sway me.
I were mixing DJ.
Everybody, Guanta!
Guanta!
Mama!
Welcome back to your Sunday guest with Ben Jeju here with my friend Pete. Pete, you want to run as a senator of Ondo.
Yes.
So why do you think that they should vote for you? And why do you think you are the best person on this position?
Okay. First of all, Ondo State, Nigeria, is in the southwest side of the country. We have about 3 senatorial districts in the National Assembly. We have the Northern District, Central District, and the Southern District. I am running to sit for a seat on the Southern District.
Okay.
Only. So we're still going to have other 2 senators in addition to myself when I get in there. My main focus is about development of the district. Because ever since I was growing up as a child, going back and forth to their area until I went back last week, I see little or no development. A lot of the youths are jobless, and it's not only in Ondo State, it's all across Nigeria. A lot of the graduates, college graduates, university graduates can be found driving a bus for a living. A lot of them are involved in all kinds of unscrupulous activities, posing threat and danger to the society. We've never had a government, in my opinion, in Nigeria that really cared for the people. A lot of the government officials only care for themselves, their family and their friends. In order to get anything done, you have to have some kind of connection to the government. It should not be like that. We need to create a society in Nigeria where everybody have a sense of belonging. You don't have to have a connection with anybody in government office in order for you to get anything done. You know, if you want to get admission to school of higher learning, you have to have some kind of connection. You know, if you want to participate in the process, you have to have some connection in the government. It shouldn't be like that. Because right now, as we're speaking, the government officials, the sitting government, APC, they're paying people for their votes. I mean, they can call it anything.
Do you have facts?
Oh yes, they will call it anything. Like last week or so, the vice president said they're giving away 10,000 naira to each trader to boost up their business. All of this because election is coming up. They're buying votes. That's what they're trying to do. Okay, Nigeria is known for vote rigging. You know, ever since the 1980s, where they had the democracy started, Nigeria is very known for vote rigging. People don't even go out to the polls, but the results come out with thousands and thousands of people coming out to vote. So the sitting party always manipulates the vote for their own benefit. And in this day and age, everything is on the internet, it's on the computer. We can see clearly what they're doing. They cannot fool the people anymore. Right now, the youths are yearning for a change. Nigerian people are calling for a change because the leading political parties have failed people woefully. They have failed people.
I hear you, but most of the time when election is going on in Africa, people mostly from the opposite side, they tend to say that the election are rigged, even before the election day. So this is kind of a sense of knowing just that we're gonna lose, so we just find an excuse before the day. So why not you guys getting in the field? Do like the party in the government, try to get people involved in the politics, to get people like inform people, aware people. Let them know about what's going on and what they have to do for change.
The people see clearly what's going on. I represent a party called African Action Congress. AAC was the newest party registered in Nigeria. It was registered in August, just last month. We're coming with a different approach, that we're not going to bribe anybody for votes. We're coming to deliver on our promises, because many various political parties have come and gone in Nigeria. Candidates have come and they make promises, and at the end of their tenure, 4 or 5 years, the people have nothing to show for it.
But
nothing.
do you think a party that existed back in August can do any change in this polity?
We are gaining momentum right now. There's very, very wide acceptance and momentum of our party and organization. Our presidential candidate by the name of Omoyele Sowore. He runs Sahara Reporters. I don't know if you heard of Sahara Reporters.
I heard it.
Yeah, he's the chief editor of Sahara Reporters. He exposes, for years he's been doing it, exposing all the corruption and bad governance going on in Nigeria. And a lot of the political elites, they don't like him because he's speaking the truth. But whenever he comes, he's probably in Nigeria right now because he's going back and forth. But whenever he comes around, the youths accept him.
So that's the difference between him and the rest of the parties?
Yes, because right now our president is very, very, very old. The president was there in the 80s when I was in high school. And right now I'm an adult. Okay, I'm a grown-up adult with my own family. The president is still there. Okay, even though he's been gone for a while, but he's re-elected again. The old politicians keep recycling themselves. Okay, they have no agenda for the youths. They only take care of themselves and their family, and the people are starving. There are no jobs. There are no adequate health care system. I mean, we have gross human rights abuse in Nigeria, and mistakes keep happening. I mean, we're talking about safety. You have elected officials supposed to cater for the people. It seems like right now, the Nigerian people are catering to the needs of the elected officials. There's no basic, simple infrastructure in good working condition in Nigeria right now. They like to buy new infrastructure, but the problem is maintenance. There's no maintenance program. Okay, security is almost zero. People are being killed by herdsmen right now, and the president is doing almost nothing about it. Okay, most people I talk to in Nigeria, the biggest fear is security. Okay. Security for their life and their property.
So, as a senator, let's say you are elected for being a senator, what would be your job? What would be your work?
Our first main focus is security. Security for life and property for the average Nigerian. Okay, and in addition to that, we're going to create jobs.
As a senator, or
yes,
with your colleagues, how is it going to work? I'm just curious.
As we have an African Action Congress. It's a new political party. We have an agenda. We have a prospectus, plans, things that we want to do. And one of the main focus we're placing right now is on security and job creation. Okay, driving all over southern Nigeria for the last 2 weeks that I was there is no good roads. Even the federal highways that they said the federal government, they were boasting that they created roads, all drove all over. There are potholes everywhere. And if you go inside the major inner cities, it's unbearable.
This is what we see.
Right.
So, in terms of action, what
we're going to do is involve the youths in road reconstruction. Okay, we keep everybody busy, and we hire construction companies that are going to do it.
Senators hire people?
We have a delegation of crew that is going to do that. Okay, what we do as senators mostly is to pass laws.
Okay.
And
now I'm getting it.
Right.
So senators can like pass bills and
we pass bills
and stuff like that.
Right.
But we're not sure that it will pass. So you will have the number there to vote for it and make it pass?
Oh, definitely, because we're looking to have a sweep over in the National Assembly, because right now the Nigerian people are tired of the main establishment parties, namely PDP and APC. Okay, what they've been doing is playing games with the people. When it comes to election time, try to bribe them with a little cash for votes, and a lot of people are getting very very savvy about the situation. They're going to accept the money, but when it comes election time, they're not going to vote PDP or APC because the people are tired of all the lies and deceits and bribery and marginalization and gross abuse of human rights. The people are smart. They're going to collect the money. But when it comes election time, they're not going to vote APC or PDP.
They're not going to vote ACP or PDP.
Correct.
That's from Pete.
Toikumo Pete Sophia.
When we come back just after this commercial.
Thank you.
La maison de production, le Phoenix Prod, vous offre sur un plateau en or 2 artistes au talent multidimensionnel. Et oui, amoureux de la bonne musique, vous l'avez certainement deviné, le monument de la musique camerounaise, africaine et continentale, j'ai nommé Bazor Dinabel, sera bel et bien en concert le samedi 27 octobre 2018 du côté de Washington, Armand la classe, le créateur de l'homme scélérat. Mais sinon l'argent est bien, il sera bel et bien là en spectacle grandeur nature. Un seul événement des Vintage Night, une seule adresse, 15100 New Hampshire Avenue, Maryland, 20905. Une seule date, samedi 27 octobre 2018, une seule heure à partir de 19h. After Today, sponsor officiel de Vintage Night.
Welcome back to the Guest of Sunday with my friend Toikumo Pete Sophia.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you.
We've been talking about the process and the action that you can take being in a senator, considering that you get elected.
Correct.
So we talk about Nigeria being a rich country, but his citizens, its people cannot profit from the richness, the wealth.
Right.
So you say that the people that are running the country, they care themselves, they don't care about poor people, they don't care about the rest of the world or the rest of the Nigerian. So what do you know about the oil industry for saying that there is a lot of money, but they don't put it where it should be?
Today we live in the age of information, right? Just about any information anybody gives you, you can verify on your smartphone. You can go, no longer can we be lied to. The Nigerian people are smart. Mostly the youths, they are savvy. They are technologically savvy. All the old heads who've been ruling us since the 1960s, who are trying to recycle themselves, a lot of them cannot navigate the internet, okay? If you go on the internet on Google and search Nigerian crude oil export, you'll see that Nigeria exports sell to the USA alone at minimum 10,000 barrels of oil.
But I can make up those information in Google. I can make up information.
Okay. I'm just talking not only information on Nigeria or crude oil. You can get any kind of information on the internet. In the 1990s, Nigeria made a lot more money than they're making right now on crude oil sales. Okay, we're talking not in thousands or millions of dollars on a daily basis. But that is not reflected on the lives of the average Nigerian on the streets. Seems like the political elites and the people with special interest group, they share all the money amongst themselves. When it comes to election time, then they bribe the people with little vote money to go and cast their votes. Okay, this has to stop, because this is not a true definition of democracy. It's a kind of like a government by the elite for the elites. Okay, it's not a government for the people. We are trying to.
But they get elected by people.
Well, the people are not. The people have been deprived for so long that when the only hope they have is when come election time, they know they can get something out of casting their votes.
So how people, knowing that these people don't care about them, they care about themselves, only themselves. So why people keep voting for those people? Why not trying to see who's the best people, who's the best person, who's the best president to vote it? And again, they can vote, they can elect you. Then the next 2 months you change.
No. We let me emphasize this one more time. We come from a different perspective.
Right.
African Action Congress was born in the USA by concerned Nigerians who've been in the USA for more than 2-3 decades, who are sick and tired of the gross mismanagement going on in our motherland, and we want to do something about it. Okay, we have a totally different viewpoint. We are not here to bribe anybody for their votes. We're not here to give them any bag of rice or bag of beans during election time so that they can get our votes. We are here to really do the work, because right now most politicians in Africa, in Nigeria in particular, think the people are supposed to serve them. They forget that when you go into public office, you're supposed to work for the people.
Right.
Do the people's will. Okay, but in Nigeria, the reverse is what's going on. We want to come out and do the work of the people. Okay, there are lots of work needs to be done. Me driving over Nigeria last week, the roads are bad. I mean, some communities they have beautiful houses, but there are no roads leading to the houses. Okay. You know, that's a project alone, but that's create a lot of jobs for youths. Okay.
So people are having hope with your party, with you people.
Correct.
So where do you get from your funds?
Right now, the funds are very limited. I'm doing most things out of pocket.
The party is not helping you?
The party is brand new. Most of us were not connected to the big boys, politicians in Nigeria. We do most of the things out of our pocket, but we have a will and desire to change our country for good.
That can be an obstacle. Right?
I created a GoFundMe page where people can support if they want a positive change in Nigeria. If you go to GoFundMe, www.gofundme, /Toikumo. You can find me. I created that page. People can also donate by sending money on PayPal. On PayPal, my account name is psophia@usa.com. That's my email address on PayPal. That's about it. I mean, the project we have in hand.
Any website?
I don't have a website, but I'm on Facebook. Facebook is Pete Sophia, Toikumo Pete Sophia on Facebook. And also on Twitter, it's Toikumo Pete Sophia. And Instagram, you can go P Sophia. You can find me on Instagram.
How many votes do you need to be elected in Nigeria?
That I really do not. I don't really have a solid idea about that, but I know I'm running for the Southern District, and there's never been anybody from my area running for that position right now.
So do you know how many constituents are there? How many people are already registered, ready to vote?
As of the end of August, INEC was collecting registrants to participate. So they're still tabulating the figures. We don't know yet the total number of participants, but they said they're going to continue to give out the voters, the PVC card until about a week before election time.
So now you're doing your campaign by yourself, or you have a team?
I have a team of volunteer participants working for me right now in Ondo State, in Southern District of Ondo State, and even going up to Ore, local government area. So I have people working for me, and I'm planning to go back again by December because I have to meet with the village king and go to also other communities to let them know our intentions.
Okay.
Right.
So here, in terms of United States of America, do you hold town halls or having people meeting, putting strategies on place and see how you can tackle this from here?
Yes, right now I just came back and I'm planning to go to the Nigerian embassy pretty soon to put up some of my posters, and I also am meeting with some community groups in Maryland. And matter of fact, in 2 weeks, the party is supposed to meet in New York City, where every Nigerian running for political office going to come and strategize on how we're going to go about trying to create. How we're going to create a better Nigeria.
Okay, thank you. Before we leave, just I know people are texting and just asking about the heart. So can you tell us what's the idea behind the heart?
The heart is just sort of like part of the attire.
Okay.
You know, I'm a German. Most Nigerians' traditional attire, you have to have one sort of hat or the other. Okay. And this is a hat very well known in the Ijaw community. Okay. This is what we wear.
All right.
Right.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
What's your last word to our viewers? We want to let you give the last word about how you want people to help you and just for being here. We thank you as Africa Today for being here.
No, thank you very much. Thank you. If the viewers want to participate in the process of change for a positive government in Nigeria and Africa as a whole, you should please go to gofundme.com/Toikumo, Toikumo, and you can donate and contribute to the cause. You can also send money on PayPal. The address on PayPal is PSOFIYEA@USA.com. And you can also look on Facebook, Toikumo Pete Sophia. This is my address on Facebook. Thank you.
As for me, you were watching The Guest of Sunday. I'm your host, Ben Jeju, on Africa Today. So you can follow us on YouTube, you can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, or on www.africtoday.com. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.